Good to see you guys. So happy with the win. Happy for our players and their families. Happy for our assistant coaches and their families, and for just all the people that are associated with the football program. I'm happy for them. And so many people work so hard and have so much pride in the work that they do. And so to bring a win, it means a lot. And so I'm happy for them. I think, I know UCF's a really good team. A lot of speed. They make it hard to defend. I think defensively, trying to figure out how their alignments and kind of what their game plan was. I thought that was a big thing in the first quarter. Would have liked to have been better in the first quarter. I'm sure we're going to talk about that, but I'm proud though of the resilience. From the very beginning of the week, we talked about believing and trusting in the team, believing in the guy to your right and left, believing in the coach that's with you, believing in this team. And once you do that, and that's a big thing, and then you trust the guy to your right and left, and then you trust the coach, and you trust the team. And then that allows you to kind of just do your 111th, your job to the best of your ability. And I think that showed up in the fourth quarter. So happy to see that. I think this is something we can start with and run with. Take any questions you guys got.
Dave, in all your time playing, coaching football, you ever been involved in a game with that roller coaster swing of emotion? And I mean, y'all scored 29 in a row, man.
Appreciate that. Yeah, we were talking in the locker room. I think if it was 2018, no, 2017, might be 2017. We played Auburn. They were up 20-something at halftime. The school was at, and with Gus, there's like 20 to 25 different, kind of gadget, kind of trick, maybe explosive plays. And so you have to prepare for all of them. And I remember, I think that particular year, I prepared for 19 of them. And the 20th one, the one that we didn't get to, that was the one that started the game, and we couldn't stop it. It was 20-something at half. And so to get it fixed and then to kind of come back, this is a greater number than that. But yeah, you love that about the game. It's a game of random events and setbacks. So it forces you to respond, right, as opposed to react. And I thought our guys did a good job.
David, just talking about Blake and what he was able to do coming back. He missed 3 games, but really looked sharp most of the game.
Appreciate that. Yeah, we had a meeting last night, and he wanted to speak at the end of it, and he got up and spoke, and it was really heartfelt. And his presence just gave a bunch of juice to the team, and it means so much for him. I think some of the issues the team has kind of been going through, Blake went through last year, and so here we are kind of going through the same thing. And the guy that can lead us, that kind of knows the way out or through, wasn't there. So he knew him coming into it that all of it would be on his shoulders, and certainly none of us would tell him that, but he knew that that's what the perception would be. And so with all that being said, he welcomed that and embraced it. And so it's just so cool. It's just so cool. I can't imagine all the pressure. And so he spoke way strong in the team meeting, and then, the dude, we got to keep him cleaner. I don't know, there's a bunch of grass stains on his jersey tonight, We got to keep him cleaner. The dude was, the defense was huddle up, he was in the defense huddle. The offense was huddle up. There's a guy that his eyes were down. Whenever the score was not looking good for us, he would pull the guy's face mask up. And so, way proud of him. I think Baylor fans should be proud of him.
Dave, going along with that, you always talk about complementary football, and I feel like that's really what we saw today to get that win. Kind of talk about that and what you saw from both sides of the ball really complement each other.
Appreciate that. Yeah, it's taken it's taken a long time to get it. I wish we could have got it sooner. You know, we've been trying to get it. I just think that's a higher level of thinking. I think the base level is you're on the field and you're worried about what you're doing, your position. What was that signal? What is that? Anyone get the signal? You know, they're worried about their technique. This isn't what it was in practice. Now he's out here. What do I do? And maybe the coach said something in a meeting room. That's kind of the level we've been at. So to get it to where there's a confidence now, and then no matter what it is, I can see it and own it and play it, and then recognize the momentum swings and know when a big play is needed, and know when things need to get tightened up, and know when things have to be backed up. That's just a way cool thing. And so we've had to. I credit the coaches with that. We've had to teach every bit of that, every part of the way, in a lot of failings. And so to teach the failings part, to get to the winning part, way cool.
Blake had said that Monterey had been putting in some extra work, and obviously he played a big role in the ending of the year. What can you say about Monterey and just what you've seen from him recently?
Appreciate that. Yeah, I think Monterey from last year, we could say, to maybe the beginning of the year, there's growth there. And this is off the field growth. This is going to be just kind of maturity growth, which everyone on the team, including myself, go through. And then really from the beginning of the year, really these last 4 weeks has been huge growth. Huge. The last week, not a fun game and did not play well. The guy that was the most positive was Monterey. The guy that was the most trying to get in people's faces and get them motivated was Monterey. And this was started about 3 weeks ago. When he first started to do that, people would kind of come up and go, Monterey, you got to be this all the time. You got to talk like this. It's good, you feel that. You got to be it. And he's been it. He's a captain for this game, right? And then, we saw Monterey Baldwin run over like 4 or 5 guys today, which is just a cool thing. That's when someone's playing for more than just them. That's what you see. It's pretty neat.
David, 35-7, was there an adjustment on Grimey's part that brought the offense back like that, especially late?
I think the tempo, playing faster.
Is that an adjustment that will be moving forward?
I think so.
When Isaiah's lining up that kick, it's not a long one, but still a pressure-packed kick.
Yes.
Just talk about his resolve in that moment.
Yeah, I'm proud of him, Isaiah. I got to know Isaiah really good, and I trust his discernment. And I'll go to Isaiah on just issues, views with the team and everything, because he always brings a really calm and collected and really strong perspective. And so I have a lot of respect for him. A couple years ago when he was kicking, I think the pressure kicks were probably the kicks he struggled with the most. He would show leg and be able to make kicks that were not maybe in those scenarios. And so to go through all of that and then to lose his job and come back and fight and win his job and then make a pressure kick, again, so cool. And so, I guess it's got to be uncomfortable and all of it tight for it to be at the end of it feel like how it feels. But I'm proud of him.
We've asked you a lot.
Go ahead.
We've asked you a lot about energy, creating energy and all that, and juice and all that over the last few weeks, especially in the second half today. Where did that come from, and how did you kind of get that together as a team?
Appreciate that. Yeah, I thought that the team was playing for each other. I thought the team believed, and so I think, in the start of it, I thought there was good energy in the meeting rooms and the warm-ups and just all of it. I think they've got to let go of that anxiety and just play. And I thought coming off the halftime, there was none of that. They knew that they could move it. They knew that they could stop them. It was just a matter of doing it. And so there was a chip on their shoulder coming out of halftime. So we'll see.
Blake kind of alluded to at one point he didn't know how bad they were down. He didn't know the score.
Yeah.
Do you think that played a part in what he was able to do?
Yeah. I think that probably comes just from all of last year. I think, and just probably some of this year too. Unfortunately, But there's something about when you don't let the outside get into the inside. and just focus on the inside, and focus on what you can control. It's usually the way to do it. It's hard to do.
Hey, can you talk about Dylan Shaw and what he was able to do after Garrison went down with his injury?
Yeah, it's a big step up. I mean, Garrison has turned into being a dependable dude, has been an asset in coverage, and has been a +1 for us in that area. And so for him to come in and kind of take the reins and not miss a beat with some big snaps is really strong.
How important do you think this kind of is for the fans that not only came out today to Orlando, but the fans watching back home, you know, seeing the fight that they've been kind of waiting for from this Bears team today?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I think a win's important. I mean, we played a win, and so to get a win, but to do it like how you're saying, in a fight and everything, is good. This has been the team all along. We've had to get through a lot of our own stuff and out of our own way to bring what happened on a Tuesday practice to a Saturday game.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Coach.